Thank you to my wonderful Israel Brief community and family for your incredible birthday wishes yesterday and for your feedback on our visit to Hostage Square in Tel Aviv yesterday. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm Rolene Marks. This is the Israel Brief, brought to you every Monday to Thursday by Lay of the Land, where we take a look at those top stories making headlines. Now, yesterday, the reason why I wanted to take you to Hostage Square isn't just because I wanted you to see it. I know many of you would love to visit Israel at this time to see the facts, the reality on the ground for yourself, and not just believe what is pumped into the mainstream media. But yesterday being my birthday, I wanted to draw attention to the fact that while I and so many of us can celebrate our birthdays in freedom, there are still 134 hostages being held in captivity by Hamas terrorists, many of them from your countries as well. Some of them have had birthdays in captivity, like little baby Kfir Bibas, who turned 1 year old on the 18th of January. If you think about it, he has now spent almost the majority of his life as a hostage held by an internationally recognized terror organization. I wanted to show you how Israelis are keeping the hostages always at the forefront of our minds, and how people wanted to express what they are feeling in different ways. So thank you for accompanying me to Hostage Square on that most solemn of reports. So let's take a look at the top stories making headlines today. It is day 179 of Israel's war with Hamas. And as always, the Israel Brief promises to bring you the news you won't see in your mainstream media. It's the news from Israel, from Israelis. So let's take a look at the top story making headlines, certainly on social media. And that is the issue of an alleged airstrike on a World Food Kitchen convoy bringing aid into Gaza. World Food Aid has temporarily suspended their aid into Gaza after 7 of their aid workers were killed in an alleged airstrike. Now, this has been condemned, as you can imagine, by many, including Poland, the EU, the UK, Spain, and other countries who have called for an investigation. The IDF's chief spokesperson, Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari, said in a press conference earlier today that the army expresses its deepest condolences to World Food Kitchen, who they have been in touch with, as well as the countries who lost foreign aid workers. He said that World Food Kitchen provides a very, very important role in helping to disseminate aid, and that we will be investigating this at the absolute highest level, and an investigation will be opened. Now, these are sentiments that have been echoed by the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs and by Prime Minister Netanyahu, who lamented what happened in a video message, saying that he expresses our deepest condolences. We are opening an investigation. I really would caution people to wait to draw conclusions until after a formal investigation has been concluded. We have seen in the past, as has been the case with the Al-Ali hospital incident on the 17th of October and the humanitarian aid stampede incident of the 29th of February, that we rushed to judgment to blame Israel and the IDF, and the evidence points elsewhere afterwards. I do want to stress, though, that Israel is a democracy. Our army is transparent. We are conducting an investigation. If this was deliberate, and by no means do I think this is deliberate, I think what happened was a terrible and tragic accident, then those who are responsible will be dealt with, and we will learn from this incident. But again, I caution people to please only draw conclusions once a formal investigation has been concluded. In other news, a deputy commander of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, Mohammad Reza Zahid, was assassinated yesterday in Damascus, Syria, just a couple of meters away from the Iranian embassy in the capital. Zahid, along with 6 others, were killed in an airstrike. Now, Israel has not confirmed or denied. We don't comment on these kinds of events. The United States has said that they are no way involved in this, and the Iranian President Mohammad Raisi has said that Israel will pay a heavy price. Again, I just want to reaffirm that Israel does not comment on this. We do not confirm nor deny. After 2 weeks, the IDF has concluded their operations at Al-Shifa hospital in the Gaza Strip. As we know, Al-Shifa has been the focus of a lot of media attention. Right at the beginning of the war, our troops went into Al-Shifa, we destroyed a tunnel, we uncovered a lot of weapons, and we subsequently found out that hostages were taken there on the 7th of October and shared that footage with the world. Now, Hamas was able to come back to Shifa Hospital, and the White House yesterday condemned Hamas's use of hospitals as human shields and expressed their concern that Hamas was able to come back. But what we think happened was that the troops moved on, believing that they had done their job, and Hamas, thinking it was safe because it was a hospital, re-established themselves inside the facility. Now, Israel managed to kill 200 Hamas terrorists and arrest 500 and uncover quite a significant amount of documents and weapons that are related to terror, and doing all this while not harming the patients and the doctors and the civilians around the compound and inside the hospital. Also, what is very interesting is Ismail Haniyeh, one of the leaders of Hamas. His sister was arrested in Israel just several days ago. She was found with 250,000 shekels and documents believed to be plans tied to terror acts, and she will appear in the Beersheba court relatively soon. And finally, we have been speaking a lot about sexual violence and assault of Israeli female hostages that are being held captive by Hamas. There are still 19 women who are being held hostage, and yesterday in a special session at the Knesset, Israel's parliament, former hostages spoke about how the women are sexually harassed in some form or the other. Last week we had 2 incredibly brave women, Amit Susani and Moran Stella Yanai, who spoke openly and on the record of the sexual abuse that they suffered at the hand of Hamas. And we had a confession from a Palestinian Islamic Jihad terrorist who was arrested on the 7th of October, very nonchalantly admitting that he raped a young woman and that he was ordered to rape her. He said, "The devil came over me." I think he is the devil. And that brings us to the end of today's edition of the Israel Brief. Guys, remember our website is at www.layoftheland.online. If you want to receive our weekly newsletter, please don't forget to be in contact with us either via the website or via Facebook at Lotlsite. That's at LOTLSITE. Like, share, and subscribe to us. This is our YouTube channel at the Israel Brief. If you like our content, please consider subscribing and, of course, sharing. And we are on X at Lay of the Land 5. Guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Mwah! Thank you for the birthday wishes. You certainly made my day. And I will see you again for tomorrow's brief. Bye for now. God bless.